Hello everyone, good morning. It's time to start the day. Grab your coffee, your favorite beverage, shine your light and light the way.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. We are almost to the end of February already. I can't believe it. It's February 20th. It's February 20th. It's February 26th, 2025. And it is time for our good morning coffee and talk. And I see we have Kat here. We have Katie here. I see that Kelly's here, but she is having some issues with the immune infusion. It's not helping her. So prayers going out to Kelly this morning. I hope that you feel better. I do. And, definitely get some rest. It's okay. I know your love is real. So don't even worry about it. Good morning, Jane. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. It is good to see you. I hope your family's doing good and that you're doing well. And I send you love as well. Yeah, it is a dark day today, so getting the lighting right today was a little weird. It is super dark outside, so if I seem a little, overexposed, who cares? I'm not even going to worry about it. Dang nabbit. But yeah, it's a dark and stormy day in Milwaukee. But yeah, so, and I'm kind of in a silly mood. I actually had a weird dream last night that I do not remember. I was telling Katie about this morning. I have no idea. I have no idea what I was dreaming, but I woke up angry. Have you ever had that? I couldn't remember the dream. I don't know why I was angry, but I woke up angry. Katie says, don't fall off your chair. That would make good YouTube though, Katie. But yeah, I woke up so like I was gritting my teeth. Like that's how I woke up. I was like angry. I don't know what it was. I promise you, I have no recollection of what I was dreaming about, but I woke up so angry. So first thing this morning, like I drank like a liter of water. Okay. I just drank and drank. And then I came in here and I sat down on my meditation cushion and I just trying to breathe through it, breathing through it. And eventually I did. I calmed down and everything was fine. But you guys ever have that? I mean, that is so weird because usually if I'm going to get woken up by something or wake up angry or sad, I kind of remember what I was dreaming, but I have no recollection. So Katie was telling me, well, maybe your body, mind, spirit was just releasing something because the new moon is tomorrow. Okay. And maybe that's it. But wow. Yeah. I mean, my jaw hurt. I was gritting my teeth that hard. I mean, that's crazy. That was crazy. Good morning, Teresa. Good morning. And Kat has woken up growling and scared her cats. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. Drama views. Yeah, right? Everyone tune in as Dolly falls off her chair. Good morning, Sin. How are you today? It is good to see you. It is good to see you. Oh, no. Ouch. Yes, ouch is right, Sin. That is not fun getting teeth pulled. Jane is saying hi to Teresa. My last boyfriend told me that it sounded like I was killing something in my sleep. I think I dream shift. Oh, that's possible. I know I do. But usually I remember that. I remember that. But this I don't remember. I have no idea what I was dreaming about. The only tiny piece of the dream that I still have left in my head was there was it was like an arched hallway made of stone. like round river rocks. So I don't know what. I don't know. Maybe I was in a dungeon. I'm not going to say what came into my head. Anyways, let's read our affirminator. Affirminator for today. Affirminators are what I read every week as a little positive affirmation for us for the day. So let's get into that. And the affirminator today is inspiration. There is a voice of inspiration within me. Right now, it's only a whisper. But the more I listen, the louder it will get. Soon it will be a flawless speech, voiced by James Earl Jones. Through a megaphone with lots of applause. Oh, I love that. Yes, James Earl Jones. Oh, the voice of Darth Vader. Dolly, I am your father. That would be weird. Can you imagine if James Earl Jones was your father? And you have to get punished? You did not do the dishes. I will destroy you. Oh, no. Oh, no. Kat says, I never remember my wolf dreams, but my boyfriend's wife said she saw me visit them once. She looked and saw a black wolf spirit with glowing eyes. She called my name and the wolf nodded. Oh, that's cool. That's super cool. Hi, Janet P. We were just talking about wolves. Oh, Janet. Good morning. Perfect time to enter the room. It is good to see you. I do remember most of my wolf, but I don't know that. I can't say that. I might be having so many wolf dreams that, or wolf journey dreams that I just don't remember them all. But for the most part, I think I remember most of mine. Because they're usually pretty profound. They're pretty profound and they impact me in a very interesting and profound sort of way. But yeah, I do remember most of mine. So what I wanted to talk to you guys today, we all decided that we'd like to start maybe looking at runes and deciding whether or not we wanted to start learning about the runes. And I really do. I think it'd be fun to do it as a group. And, you know, like I said, I've only really been diving into runes strongly for the last maybe 6 weeks, a month to 6 weeks, where I've been using them on a daily basis as part of my morning meditation. And I'm learning some interesting things about the runes as I go along here. They really like very specific questions. So a lot of times I'll do a general meditation in the morning and say, you know, Spirit, what would you like me to learn for the day? And I will, you know, do my reading. And I've been incorporating the runes in with my reading. And I'm finding that if I have a very, very specific questions, the runes are much more, they're far more helpful. Let's just put it that way, as far as helping me interpret what Spirit is trying to tell me through the runes. And I'm really enjoying using the runes in correspondence with the cards. It's like the rune takes what's on the card and gives it more of an impact or more of a relevance to what's happening for me, if that makes sense. So I would have to say that if you're struggling with learning runes, I see Jane says that she uses runes, which is awesome. So please chime in as we're talking about them today. If you're struggling with them, you could try the method that I'm using with using either tarot or actually Oracle seems to work even better than tarot with the runes. There's more of a story that is played out for you. At least this is how Spirit works with me, though. See, that's the thing. Like, I can tell you what my best practices are, but Spirit speaks to us all a little differently. So what works for me might not work for you. But hey, it ain't going to hurt you to give it a shot, right? If you're struggling with the runes, try using them along with a spread. And I wouldn't do anything more than 3 or 4 cards, or one card might not tell you enough, but I feel like 3 cards really, really helps. So, and yes, there is a rune tarot deck. You are correct about that. You are. But I wanted to give Spirit like the opportunity to use the tools independently of each other, because that's how I learn, but I do have the rune tarot deck as well. And I haven't connected with that. I haven't connected with that deck. I want to, but it just isn't working for me. So I want to go ahead and just talk a little bit about the runes, if you guys don't mind. And I mean, this part might be a little boring, and I apologize for that, but I feel like you need to know some of the background in order to understand how to use them. So I'll make it as succinct and as brief as possible to try to keep this moving along for you guys. But the runes are so much more than just an alphabet from an ancient language. Okay, the runes, the beauty about the runes is they give you a letter, meaning a phonetic sound. They give you a representation of what the symbol is. So you have the symbology of it. And then you have the magical properties behind each and every rune. And it's all 3 of those things that you're taking into consideration when you're doing a reading with the runes. And we're going to be looking at the Elder Furthark, the Elder Furthark, which is the most ancient of the most ancient of the runes that we know about. There may have been things before this, okay, and there have been bits and pieces of other runic languages that were found prior to the Elder Furthark, but this is the most complete ancient set of alphabetic symbols that we have, okay. And it's the most widely used too, which is another reason why I wanted to focus in on that versus any of the other, like the Anglo-Saxon or the younger Furthark or any of those. I want to stick with this. Now, something about the runes is the ancient Norse belief behind the runes is that Odin obtained the wisdom of the runes by hanging from Yggdrasil, the world tree, the tree of life, the universal tree, for 9 days and 9 nights. And it was from that process that he gained the understanding of the runes, which then he passed on to what are they called? The Vitki? Is it the Vitki cat? Do you know? Who then, passed it on to other people, to shamans that were in the Norse religion, and so on. So that's how the runes were kind of progressed from Odin to us. So that is like, yes, Jane, you are absolutely right. That is who's depicted as the Hanged Man. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, how do you say that? How do you say that? I don't know how to say that, but that's what you're right, Kat, about that. Thank you very much. Okay, so okay, we talked about that. So let's go ahead and get into the first 2 runes. So let me bring them up here. There we go. And that is Fehu and Uriz. Okay, now Fehu, which is the phonetic value of F, and Uriz are the first 2 runes in Freya's 8. I think that's how you say A-E-T-T. And the runes are divided into 3 8s. And so these are the first 2 in Freya's. And so we got F, Fehu. And the meaning behind that is cattle, wealth, power, and prosperity. Okay, so that's the general meaning of that rune is the prosperity. And an Anglo-Saxon rune poem that goes along with this rune, which I found was interesting, is wealth is a comfort to all men, yet must every man bestow it freely if he wishes to gain honor in the sight of God. So I thought that was cool, because when Anglo-Saxons became Christian, they didn't give up the runes. They just Christianized them. And that's why what we know about the runes was kind of passed down to us through Christianized. So we have to be a little bit, take a little bit with a grain of salt when we're talking about the runes, because nothing was ever written. The transmission of the meaning and the magic behind the runes was never like passed down to us in a written form, except for through Christians. So we just have to kind of be a little, when you start using the runes, you're going to start to feel how they communicate to you. But we do know, because of the shape of Fehu, that the cattle, wealth, power, and prosperity is part of that ancient, as you're looking over here, that ancient design, that whole ancient design is to evoke a memory of these things. Okay. And in the past, wealth was measured by the number of livestock that you had. So Fehu is very much a concept of wealth. So as you're doing a reading and Fehu comes up, and let's say your question is, am I going to have enough money to make it through the end of the month? You might get Fehu as an assurance from spirit that, yes, the universe provides, you're going to be okay. Or it could mean, in conjunction with another card, yeah, you'll make it, but you're going to have to work really hard. You might have to give some things up. You might have to, not spend money on the things that you want to get and save up money for the things that you need to do. You know what I mean? So it might come up that way. It's also a symbol of power and joy. The joy that comes from, being the master of your destiny. So, but there's always a warning with Fehu that if you do not share your wealth with others, that it can be taken from you. So, that's Fehu. And then Uriz, which looks like looks like the letter N, kind of, doesn't it? But it actually, the phonetic value is the U. And this is a rune that symbolized the Alruks. I think that's how you say it. Is that how you say it, Kat? Alruks? They're an ancient form of cattle that is extinct today, although they're trying to resurrect it again. They're trying to breed it back into being. It was the ancient cattle that was herded by the first people who did husbandry. Okay. Alruks. Uruks. I think it's Uruks, right? Anyways, it symbolizes the Uruks. It also symbolizes strength, energy, and physical power. Because the Uruk was a huge animal. It was giant. And to be able to take one down by yourself was like a symbol of great strength and power. And to have them showed great authority and wealth. So that's what we're looking at there. Now, the Anglo-Saxon rune poem for this is: the oryx is proud and has great horns. It is a very savage beast and fights with its horns. A great ranger of the moors. It is a creature of metal. So it was just a really powerful creature. A lot of a lot of the my fellow Norse pagans, make bind runes using Uruz when they have to do something that requires them to have lots of strength. And yeah, so it's a cool thing. It says Uruz is a powerful force that can be used either for good or ill. It is the untamed energy of the wild oryx and savage bull, and it has the strength to move mountains, but it also is willful and can resist control if not managed carefully. Uruz is a symbol of chaos, but also of immense potential. It can be a source of great energy and stamina, but it has to be handled with caution, as it can cause great destruction if left unchecked. However, if it is channeled and directed properly, Uruz can be a powerful ally, capable of overcoming incredible obstacles with its tenacity and speed. Uruz is the driving force behind manifestation, a powerful energy that determines the beginning and end of all things. It is a symbol of both mental and physical well-being. So yeah, that's the Uruk. So you might be doing a reading and say to yourself, or say to spirit, what is it going to take for me to complete this task? And the Uruk rune might come up, showing that it's going to take great strength and tenacity and courage and willpower in order to complete this task. Does that make sense? And again, if it's in conjunction with other runes, it could mean it could kind of just hone that thought in. Like it's going to take, if with Fehu and Uruz together, you might have, hey, you're going to have to be courageous and do the hard thing and put your money aside instead of spending it so that you can get this thing done that you need to get done. Does that make sense? So yeah, it's and that's how it works with runes. It's like, it's not just the rune itself, but it's what's with it. And there's also this thing called bind runes. And of course, I don't have a bind rune like in front of me right now, but basically you can take any of the runes and put them together to make one rune, a bind rune, and use that for magical purposes. Like I have bind runes on all the windows in my house, on all the doors going in and out of the house and in and out of each room. And I put a protection bind rune on all of those things. So, to protect evil from entering into my home. And I renew that on the winter solstice and the summer solstice. So that's just my own practice, So anyways, was that interesting or wasn't that interesting? I hope you guys found that interesting, because we can just keep doing like 2 runes. The next time I won't have to do that whole introduction thing. It'll just be diving into the runes. So yeah. Yeah, I know. I've seen that lots of people are doing bind runes. I don't know how I feel about that. I have dear friends who have bind runes on their bodies. But I feel like that kind of magic comes and goes right as you need it. And I'm not necessarily sure that putting it on your body is something that I would do. Okay. But to each their own. There are no rules here, right? So I do too. Cat, I do too. And I have Yggdrasil on my car as well. Hi, Shanita. Good morning. How are you? We were just talking about the runes, Fehu and Uruz. Okay, I'm going to pull that down now. There we go. Some use it for protection and courage. Yes, they do. They do. Like, I'd be more inclined to put like Fehu on the actual rune Fehu, or spell out Freya and have that tattooed, or Njord, or Freyr. I'd be more inclined to do that than I would to put a bind rune on myself. But that's just me. That's just me. There is no right or wrong in that. It's just me. Look at how washed out I look. This is terrible. This is bothering me. I'm going to let it go. Good morning, Shanita. It is always good to see you, Shanita. Always, always, always. Yeah, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that, Kat. Doing your initials and runes as a bind rune. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with any of it. You would use a rune in a sigil. Okay, that's cool. I mean, the whole idea behind the runes is, I got to fix this because this is making me crazy. I'm sorry. Hang on. I got my window open because it's so dark. But I feel like I'm getting completely washed out. Okay, I feel like that's better. Thank you. My autistic mind just couldn't let that go. All right. But anyways, yeah, I think that would be cool. Because I think that runes, when used for the magical principles of runes, I feel like it's all about the intention that you put into the magic that you're doing. I think it's important that you understand the power in the runes before you do something like that. But because they are very powerful. My bind runes have been amazing for me. And I would have never believed that had I not tried it myself, So, yeah. I'm pink again. Yay! Did anyone notice that I got my hair cut? I got my hairs cut. I don't know that I wanted to go this short, but that's okay. The lady who cut my hair, her and I are friends, and we were just talking and talking and talking and talking, and she was just like, "Oh, girl," and blah, 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 and she just kept going and going and going. It was like one of those, I felt like she needed to do some releasing. You know how sometimes hairdressers become your bartender and you end up going there and just kind of unloading things that are going on in your life? Well, this time it was her turn to unload. And by the time I was done, I was like, well, I'm pretty short, but that's okay. That's okay. My hair grows like a weed. And it feels good. It literally took me 4 seconds to do my hair today. Shampoo, rinse it out, dry it down, put some gel in. Ow. Okay, we're ready. All of them are cut. Yes, all my hairs are cut. That is for sure. So I hope you guys felt like you learned something about these two runes. I am not a teacher. I mean, I trained people for many, many years. But it's been a while since I've actually tried to teach people things. So I'll try to be more entertaining next time. But I was a little nervous, I'll be honest with you, because this was my first time talking about this here. So I appreciate your patience very, very much. Yes, yes, yes. All right, let me ask you guys a question. Okay, this is just a fun one. Okay, what is your favorite fast food meal? What is your favorite fast food meal? That is the question. Good morning, Fatima. Fatima had to go do labs today, had to feed the vampires. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you, Jane. You rock. Jane, when are we going to go to Manassas Church? We got to do that. We still got a little winter left, I think, but we have to plan that for the summer, Jane. We really, really do. And anybody who's in the area, Jane and I and Chrissy and whoever else wants to go along. We're going to go to Manassas Church, and we're going to sit in on a Sunday and just enjoy her light. It'll be fun. Kat's got a killer food truck called Gotcha. I like their double bacon cheeseburgers. Oh my gosh, I love double bacon cheeseburgers. I love them, love them, love them. Katie said, and Katie, this is one of my favorites too. Nacho Bell Grandes. Or Taco Bell Nacho Bell Grandes. I love Nacho Bell Grandes. I always get it with extra cheese and extra sour cream because I'm fancy. I love them too. Another thing I like different things from different places. Like, I like Burger King's French fries, but I like McDonald's burgers. But actually, I mean, if I'm going to go and get a burger, I don't go to McDonald's. I go to Culver's. I love Culver's hamburgers. They've got a good Philly cheesesteak too. Oh, I love me some Philly cheesesteak. Ooh. I make Philly cheesesteak. What are they called? Oh my gosh, I'm having a brain cramp. You take dough and you put the stuff inside of it, and then you wrap it up and you bake it. What is that called? I cannot remember, but I make my own dough. And I put all the stuff inside of it, and then I wrap it up and I bake it, and it turns this crispy golden brown. And oh my gosh, it's so good. Katie says, I like Smash Burger shakes. They use Haagen-Dazs ice cream. Yum. A calzone, it's kind of like a calzone, but it's made a little bit differently. But it's that same concept, yes. Stromboli. Yes, that's it. Thank you, Kat. Stromboli. That's the word. Why couldn't I think of that? Oh my God. I'm looking forward to some breakfast burritos when I'm at my mom's. Oh, I love breakfast. You guys are making me hungry. All I had today was a banana. And half of it went to Ruben. Yeah. There's so much, we try to stay away from fast food. We're trying to lose weight, so we're trying not to eat as much fast food. And I like to cook. I love to cook. So I enjoy trying all kinds of new recipes and such. And, but when I do go out, there are certain things that I do like. I did, Katie. I know it was my fault. And now I'm like regretting the question altogether. Because now I'm starving, like Chrissy would say. Oh my God, I'm starving. All right, here's the next question, you guys. And it's another food one. What is your favorite part of Thanksgiving dinner? What is your favorite part of Thanksgiving dinner? And it doesn't have to be necessarily food, But what is your favorite part? Or do you not like Thanksgiving? Do you not take part in Thanksgiving because of what it stands for, which is like a total lie? Oh, turkey leg, thigh skin. Ooh, yes. Yum, 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 yum. I was eating fast food only once a month, but now I am boycotting them. Yes, that's good. That's good. We're going to be boycotting a lot of stuff. I got to remember to put it on Katie gave me a great list of all the blackout dates for different things over the next couple months. Economic boycotting of things to try to hit the oligarchs where it hurts, to show them, hey, we are the people. Okay, we are the people. And we are the ones who are making you guys rich. So back off of politics, stay out of it, that kind of thing. So I think my favorite part of Thanksgiving is I love getting together with my family. You know, I love all of us sitting around the table. I love cooking for them. And seeing their faces as they eat the food, and they're like, as they're eating, you know, and the conversation that happens around the table. That's my favorite part of Thanksgiving. Sin says, I'd rather say every day is Thanksgiving Day and do away with the holidays. Every day is a holy day. Yes, you know what, Sin? You're absolutely right. Bye-bye, Shanita. I love you. Have a good day. Thanks for stopping by, sweetheart. You rock. But yes, and I agree with you on that every day should be that precious. You know, and every time we sit down with our family to make a meal or get together with friends over a meal, it should be something that is sacred, because friendship and family are sacred. They're sacred. They are gifts to us from the Creator that I am so grateful for. You know, I am so grateful for. You know, it's just, you're right. You're so right, Sin. You are so right. I honor the Croatian and Marymount colony on Thanksgiving Day. Or the Croton. Right, the one that disappeared. Isn't that the one that disappeared, Kat? That like disappeared without a trace? Marymount? I don't know about the Marymount colony. Or is the Marymount colony the connected with the Croton? Because it wasn't the Crotons, the tribe. Oh, I don't know. I haven't thought about that in a long time. You'll have to remind me of that. But yeah, that's a wild story, isn't it? I celebrated gratitude on Thanksgiving. That's awesome, Katie. I always try to. Katie is my sister from another mister. I mean, I really feel like Katie and I have known each other over many lifetimes, right? Like the way that we fell into friendship was so completely comfortable. Like we've known each other for as soon as we started talking, it was like we knew each other forever. That's how it felt to me anyway, you know. And I try to, I mean, Katie to me is family, and I try to include her in everything that I do with my family. I only wish we lived closer to each other. Dang it. I really do. The Jamestown colony. Oh, Marymount was later. So that disappeared? They disappeared as well? I don't know that one. I'm going to have to look that up. Wow. Sin says to Katie, also on Greta Tuesday. Greta Tuesday. Oh, I like that. Greta Tuesday. Yes. Katie's show is like a Greta Tuesday. I love that. Last Roanoke colony, they were in what is now North Carolina, right? Marymount was where Quincy, near Quincy, Massachusetts. Oh, okay. I gotta look that up, man. I learned so much from you guys. I love that about you guys. I learned so much. The Puritans threw down Marymount because they were practicing pagan rituals. Gotcha. Oh, come on now. Oh, let's go over to the other country so that we can, you know, worship God the way that we want to, but they better worship just like us or we're going to kill everybody. Frickin' Puritans. Throw them down the stairs. That's not nice. I take that back. I just shake my finger at them violently. Like that. Yes, Marymount looks like a good history to explore. Yeah. I'm going to do that right after we're done with the show. Because I don't know anything about that. I bet Chrissy does, though. I bet you she knows about it. And if not, I will share it with her. They were intermarrying with native tribes going both ways. Wow. I mean, isn't that what we're supposed to do? Aren't we? I mean, I have this thing. All right. And people may agree with me and they may not, and that's fine. All right. But I am not a white purist at all. Like, I see no value in purity of races. I just don't. I don't see any value in that. I think it hurts us more than it helps us in this world. And if somewhere down the line, everybody's tan, everybody's brown skinned, I would have no problem with that. If it was like just genetically taken away, I would not have a problem with that. But that's just me. That's just how I feel. I don't feel a connection to the color of my skin at all. Katie says, my great-grandfather was a proud Puritan. That has hurt this country more than anything, the Puritan ethic. Yeah. Yeah, you and I were just talking about that too, Katie. That's wild. We were just talking about that, the Puritan ethic and what it did to our nation and how it led to like the slaughtering of thousands and millions of people, thousands and millions. I probably should have eaten more than just a banana today while drinking coffee. Jane says, agreed. My son-in-law is in an interracial marriage. It's a nothing burger. They just are. Right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, my stepson is black, right? But his mom is half black and his dad is black. So he's got like the best of everything in him. And he's smart and he's funny and he's hardworking. And it's like that all has nothing to do with his race. It has everything to do with the way that he was raised. And so I am much more into people teaching their children to not be monsters than I am about people teaching their children about the color of their skin and whether or not that's important, Now that doesn't mean that I don't see color, because I do. Like Katie always says, there are many hues. There's so much beauty in the wide variety of skin colors that we have in this world, and I look for the beauty in all of it and see the beauty in all of it, and I love culture and I love especially food culture, I love all that variety and diversity. I don't want a homogenous world. I mean, that would be silly. That would be 1984, the movie 1984, where they tried to create this homogenous society that everyone kind of looked the same, everyone kind of acted the same, everyone kind of thought the same. And there was no art, there was no music, there was no compassion, there was no innovation because there wasn't any variety on anything, right? I don't want that. I don't want that at all. I just don't think that we should be judging people based on the color of their skin. And if Devontae wants to date a white girl or a black girl or an Indian girl or, like from India, a Native American, a European, I don't care. If he is being loved and is experiencing love, that's all that I care about, right? I'm just saying. Katie was in a interracial relationship for 3 years. Me too. I've been in one for almost 14 years now. He was a flesh tones. Yeah. The book. You got to read the book. 1984. I haven't read the book. I've seen both versions of the movie. Like the really old one I just watched the other night because Katie had sent me a link and said, watch this and tell me that this doesn't feel relevant now, which it really, really does. And then I also watched the newer version that was made in 1984. I didn't like that one as much. I mean, there was a lot of like gratuitous nakedness that I didn't think was necessary, but I like the old version with Orson Welles so much better. But yeah, it's on YouTube and it's free, you guys. So if you want to watch something and you're bored, watch 1984 with Orson Welles. It's free on YouTube. Free on YouTube. Woohoo! And 1984, made in 1984, is also on YouTube, but I think that that's a pay-per-view. So yeah, YouTube. Yes, they are on YouTube. So go check it out. Super cool movie. I love Orson Welles, and I love him in this film, but it's not an easy movie to watch, you guys. It's not. But when you watch it, tell me if the indoctrination that's happening seems familiar to you. That's all I'm going to say. The movie came out on the day the book 1984 was supposed to have occurred. Oh, wow. Okay. It's $3.90. Okay, you checked. It's $3.99, the 1984 version. So it's not that expensive. But watch the Orson Welles one first, you guys, because I feel like that is much more. It flows better. It flows better, in my opinion. That's my opinion. And I don't know, there's something about black and white films too that just stirs my soul. I love black and white. So I love the old movies. I love the old actors. I love all the high drama that they put into everything that they did. I love it. I love it. All right. One more question, you guys. What do you wish you were better saying no at? What do you wish you were better saying no to? Is that what it says? What do you wish you were better saying no to? Yes. Oh, Kat, yes. Don't give any more away, Kat. For the people who haven't seen it, yes, but yes. Yes. Very frightening. I saw it in the theater. I saw 1984 in the theater in 1984 when I was way too young to be in the theater watching something like that. I think I was like 15 or 16. Maybe even younger, 14. I think I was I think I was 15. But yeah. Ooh. Scary. Me and my cousin Ann, we would always sneak into films together. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys a funny story. And this is like totally not spiritual, but I'm going to tell you it anyways. Okay, so Ann and I'm a year and a half older than Ann. She's no longer with us in this world. But she was my cousin. She only lived like a few houses away from me, and we grew up like sisters. Okay. And her and I would sneak out and do all kinds of crazy stuff together. We would sneak into Serb Hall almost every weekend when there were weddings going on and crash the weddings and eat their food and dance with the boys. And we did that for almost a year before somebody figured out we were at every wedding. And we would sneak into movies. We'd go in to like see a G or a PG movie, but end up going into the rated R movies. That's what we did all the time. And there was one time at Southtown Cinema, which doesn't exist anymore, but we went to Southtown Cinema, went to go see whatever movie, and snuck into what we thought was a rated R movie, but it was not a rated R movie. It was one of those movies theaters at that time that could show limited access rated X movies. And we snuck in and we stood at the back of the theater with our eyes open wide and our mouths hanging down like, oh my God. And this guy who was like, I don't know what he was doing, but this guy who was like, yes, I do know what he was doing. He was sitting in a seat, like right at the back of the theater, like said, "Hey ladies, I don't think you're supposed to be in here. I think you're kind of young." And we ran out. Yeah, that happened. The leader talking to the masses looks just like Musk's introduction to his speech in Germany, which was very creepy. Yes. Yes, Katie. Yes, for sure. And I believe that I gotta look. Give me 1 second, because I don't want to say the wrong thing. Oh, no, I'm wrong. Okay, I'm glad I looked that up, because I was going to say, I'm wondering if that movie with Orson Welles, I wonder if that movie with Orson Welles actually came out before World War II, but it didn't. It came out afterwards. It was in 1956 that it came out. But it was a lot of those speeches reminded me of like Hitler during World War II, and like how the if you ever watch those old movies with Hitler, it amazes me how the crowd seems to be possessed. Did you ever notice that? Like the crowd looks possessed and hanging on everything that he's saying. And I can't help but feel like every time I watch something on TV, especially during the election, when I would see like the MAGA people, like, and how they were reacting to everything that Trump was saying, I couldn't help but feel like they had that same possessed look in their eyes, and that really creeped me out, super creeped me out. And then watching 1984 again reminded me of that. And I was just like, man, that is so. I hope that I am never taken over like that by somebody or something, I want to be in control of what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling. Did you see the CPAC? Yes, I did. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yes, Katie, 100%. Sold souls are creepy. Yes. Yes, 100%. So anyways, back to our question. What do you wish you were better at saying no at? And if I missed anybody saying anything, I apologize. But I wish that I was better at saying no to junk food. If it's in the house, I have almost no willpower. And it's difficult for me to talk about that, but I feel like a lot of people have that issue. If it's in the house, I'm going to eat it, Sin says, yeah, sweets or junk food. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why it is, man. I crave more savory stuff than I do sweets. So I crave like potato chips, Doritos, Cheetos, that kind of stuff. I love beef jerky. Love beef jerky. Oh my gosh. We went out to, Rick and I went out to Amish country last weekend to pick up our other 4 Amish chairs that we ordered for our dining room. And I'm like, hey, can we stop at the Amish cheese store? And Rick's like, yeah, of course we can. So I went in there and bought like a pound of almost everything, because cheese is something too that I just crave. And the Amish make such good cheese. Oh my gosh. But they also had beef jerky. They had some of their homemade beef jerky. I'm not kidding you. You know how jerky can sometimes be really chewy, like almost over the top, or too dry or too fatty? Theirs is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And the flavor is just incredible. Yeah. So I got a pound of bacon cheddar. I got a pound of Colby. I got a pound of Munster. I got a pound of string cheese, like string cheese sticks. I got a pound of brick cheese. Was that it? I think that's all that I got. Plus the beef jerky. And then Rick got some different candies and stuff too, because he does have a very much a sweet tooth, and so does Chrissy. So they're eating up all the candy. I'm like taking my cheese slicer and oh my God. So yeah, today I will not be losing weight this week or until the cheese is gone. I can tell you that because I love it. I keep running afoul of scammers. I need to lose this benefit of the doubt tendency. Yeah. It's sad that we have to be in a question everything kind of place right now with the way that things are. But I mean, it's better to be safe than sorry right now. And it's just, I guess, it's like the power of observation and using the power of observation and the power of study, to research things before you do anything is like, I think, good advice all around for everybody. So tough cuts of meat make chewy jerky. I used to make a lot of it. Oh, is that what it is? Well, I don't know what they're using filet mignon. I don't know. It was so good. Do you hear Ruben going crazy back there? Yeah, he's talking away. He's going, because he likes to imitate the sound that I make when I take my inhaler for whatever reason. Yeah, he's going nuts out there. All right, well, I'd like to do a collective reading for you guys. I'm going to use this cool deck. I've never used this deck, I don't think, on camera. It's called Woman Runes. I don't know if you've ever seen this deck, Women's Runes. You can see like there's a person in the tree, in the tree of life there. I love that depiction. I have a tree of life tattooed to my arm. I have to get it touched up. But I have it's the same tree basically that I have on my my table here when I do my Sunday readings. And I love that imagery. I love Yggdrasil so much. I love trees, so when I saw this deck, I was like, oh, I'm going to get that. I didn't know anything about this deck. I just went ahead and got it. And wow, yeah, it's kind of a neat deck. So angels protect us. Spirits of the land in my home, the land Vitir and the Hus Vitir surround us. And ancestors, please give us wisdom. What do we need to know for this week, Spirit? What information can I pass forward to everybody here? Please and thank you, and I love you. All right, let's take a look here. Oh, nice. Yes, I have Yggdrasil in the back of my truck as well. My Honda Ridgeline. I'm almost scared to drive my Tesla anywhere. The Tesla dealership up in Salem had their windows shot out. Oh my gosh. I am not okay with that. All right. I'm not a big fan of Elon Musk, and I think that he's like got no business doing some of the stuff he's doing. But you know what? Don't shoot out. Don't we're dipping into darkness when we do things like that. Come on now. All right, so the first card we have is the Seed, rune of waiting, ripening, pregnancy, and assessment. The Seed. All right, now let's get the next card. I'm going to pull 3. The Seed. All right, the second card I have is the Cauldron of Dancing Women. Rune of honor, loyalty, and commitment. The rune of dancing women. Lastly, we have the wheel, rune of fate and change of fortune. Now, Jane. Jane. It's two women holding hands. It's not what you think. It's two women holding hands and dancing. Oh no. Stop it. Oh, for corn's sake, Bobo. All right. I'm trying to do a serious reading. Okay. All right. So, what I'm feeling here from Spirit with these three cards, the seed, the cauldron of dancing women, and the wheel, I am getting a feeling that what Spirit is saying to the collective here is we're all a little frustrated with a lot of things that are happening right now. And I can't imagine that any of us are completely and totally disconnected from the things that are happening, especially politically in our country right now. And Spirit is saying that it is really important that we band together with people of like minds and just keep shining the light. The wheel is going to turn. All right, this too shall pass. We have to be patient. There are things brewing. Okay, the seed, there are things growing right now that will help to elevate everything to a better place and a better time. And we just need to be patient. We need to band together. We need to lift each other's up. We need to make each other's laugh, right? And just stay in the light because good things are coming. It's in a seed form right now, though. We have to be patient. You can't rush a grow. If you try to rush a grow, what happens, Katie? What happens if you try to rush a grow? What happens to your plant? Katie is a grower. Katie is like the greenest thumb I've ever met in my life. She can make anything grow. I'm not even kidding you. But if you don't if you spend your time trying to force things to happen quickly, a plant rises up as a skinny, lanky plant that shoots up fast and then dies. You don't want that. We want things to happen as they're supposed to unfold, and Spirit has a plan. And sometimes we get impatient with that plan. We want things to be the way that we want things to be, and we want that to be right now. We cannot understand how people are not seeing the crazy the way that we. Yeah, and like Katie says, your plant will burn with too much fertilizer, right? So we don't understand why they can't see this. We can't understand why they're celebrating things that are clearly working against them. We don't get that. We don't. But it's their path that they have to walk. They are not going to understand until they've walked through the fire. Doesn't mean that we have to walk through the fire, though. Okay, as much as we can, we bind together. And as sisters and brothers in the light, we stay here, we hold each other up, we bask in it, and we just keep moving forward. And then we need to be there when the walls come crashing down, when these people fall off and take off their rose-colored glasses and see things for what they really are. When they take the VR headset off, right? There's no more augmented reality changing their perspective on things. That's when we need to be there to help pick up the pieces, not to go, I told you so. If you're one of those people that says, I told you so, or are like trying to hurt people through your rightness, get away from me. I don't want you in my life. All right. Sometimes I know it just slips out. I do get that. But if you've made it your mission in life to point out to everyone how wrong they are, I don't want that energy. I don't. There's nothing helpful in that. It only hits clearly when it becomes personal. That is correct. And like Katie says too, be careful of your thoughts. That's right. That's right. 100%. We have to be careful. This is our world, and we have to coexist with everyone that's on it and everything that's on it, you know? So we need to, as brothers and sisters in the light, as light workers, as light bringers, you know, we have to be careful. That little seed is growing. And that's the important thing. All right. So yeah, that's it. Any final thoughts today, my friends? I am not an FAFO promoter. You got it, girl. Excuse me. Kelly says, thank you, love. I listened, and it has been so nice hearing your lovely voice. Oh, I have a lovely voice. I think I sound like I am very Midwest. So I don't know that. I mean, I don't hate my voice, you know, but my accent, I mean, I know I got one. So maybe I'm making you guys smile with my accent. I don't know. And that's okay. If I'm bringing a smile to your face, I am happy with that. That makes me very happy. So, all right, guys. So I'm gonna end the stream now. I love you guys. You guys bring so much to my life. You don't even know. You don't even know how much I appreciate your love, your support, your friendship, you know, your prayers, how we all pray for each other. We have a beautiful little community here, and I love it so much. And I feel so grateful, and I feel so privileged to be able to like come to you guys every week and just have these conversations with you. You know, hits me right in the heart. So, all right, we are going to end the stream. And hang on one second here. I will see you guys on Sunday with, hang on a second here. I will see you guys all on Sunday with my Sunday reading. And then I'll see you guys next Tuesday on Katie's channel, next Wednesday here with me. Tuesday, I might not be. I have, as you guys know, I have this ongoing saga with my arm. I have to go for an MRI on Tuesday. I think I'll be there for part of Katie's show, but I have to leave in time to get there by 11. So, I have to leave to get there in time by 12. So I might only be there for half of it, but I will be there for as much as I can. So, all right. I love you guys. Take care. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you for coming to my show. I'll see you all next time. You all rock. Dolly loves you. Dance around the room. It's time to go. Why are you still here? Dolly needs a sandwich and a nap. I'll see you next time. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming. I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Thank you for coming to my show. I'll see you all great day.